Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to have a look at the final part of this flower that's done in Irish crochet, and we're going to be making the little spiral flower. We've already done the stem and the leaves and the little central frill. Okay, so let's get started. As usual, you're going to need some padding cord, and I'm using the 1.75mm hook and the size 10 thread. It's in ecru. So first of all, we need to do, I think it's a total of 24 double crochets over the padding cord. So just as before, lay your cord over your thread and little slip stitch, chain, and then start with your double crochets over the cord. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just nudge them down a little bit. Okay, so once you've completed 24, I'll meet you back there. So when you've completed your 24 double crochets, and these are singles in the US, just make sure that they're all sitting next to each other nice and neatly. And to do that, you just slide them along. Mustn't be too tight, just nicely. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to join and make a little ring. So pop your hook back in through the very first double crochet you made, pop the loop back on your hook, and then just pull through like a little slip stitch. And what that does, it will line this up really nicely. And what we need to do now is do some crochets over this padding cord alone. I'm going to make sure the tail end is in there as well. And you start off with over the cord doing a double crochet, and then you need to do 25 trebles. For some reason it's not wanting to go through there. There we are. Right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. You continue up this cord, over this cord, for a total of 25 trebles. And periodically, just as you're working over the cord, just nudge those stitches down so they sit nicely together. It works better than leaving them all till the end. Okay, so we've now got a double crochet there and a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 trebles. So that's double crochets, the trebles in the US, the trebles in the UK are the double crochets in the US, and the double crochet, that little double crochet in the UK there, is the single crochet in the US. Okay, so we need to do a total of 25 trebles over this cord. So once you've done that, I'll meet you when you've completed it. Once you've made the 25 trebles over the cord, you need to do 2 doubles over the cord. Then just take your hook out and have a little look at, there's the circle, and that's your first little curved part. So just ease those round to make sure there are no gaps. There we go. If I just show you the illustration or the picture again, I should say it's a photograph actually, you can see that the petal curves round this way. And now we're going to turn at the end of this petal and do a row again of double crochets over the cord with some picots. It's also an idea to just check your stitches, as in you've counted the number, but also it's helpful to just check that they're all even, because sometimes you could have one that's a little bit loose, and on some of the work it will show if it's very loose. But those seem to be okay. So what we're going to do now is turn our work. We're not going to go into the first 2 double crochets we made. We're going to go into the first treble, and we're going to do a double crochet over the cord, and then we're going to do a total of 5 double crochets over the cord into each of the double crochets that we just made on the row below. So that should be 5. Just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Now we're going to make a picot. To do this picot, it's a 5 chain picot, so do 5 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can just go straight into the base of the first stitch and make sure you go under 2 loops, or I prefer to do that little twist where it gives a tighter little picot stitch, and then you just do a slip stitch into that very first chain you made, and then you make another 5 double crochets over the cord. 1, 2, 3, 4, just try and get that so you can see it a bit clearer. 4, and 5 over the cord, and another picot, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, twist, and then again 1, 2, just going to zoom in slightly, 3, 4, 5 over the cord, and then your 5 chain picot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, little twist, and then again into that first chain a slip stitch. Just sometimes need to straighten out your cord as you go along. And then another 5 double crochets, 1, 2, you can see the cord is lay over the top. I think that's number 3. When I chat and then I'll lose count. Okay, 1, 2, 3, there we go. 4 and 5. And another picot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, into the first stitch, another slip stitch, it's quite windy today, I don't know if you can hear the wind blowing, there we go, and now another 1, 2, 3, 4, just make sure I'm going under both stitches, both loops I mean of the top of the stitch, yeah, 4 and 5, so that was the last treble, and now we're going to do into the double crochet. Also here in the pattern it says 6 double crochets here, so you're actually going over 5 trebles and 1 double crochet. So if I take this out and just show you, you've now made your 4 picots on your petal. This will end up being the right way round, and that's what it looks like. Okay, I'll just zoom out slightly again. There. Now, what we need to do now is to work. Just twist that slightly. Find our next. In fact, I'll zoom in for this. We've worked into that double crochet. So our next double crochet is just here. So pop a stitch in there, meaning a double crochet. You need to pop a total of 4 double crochets over the double crochets on the ring. Each petal actually takes up 4 double crochets, because we're taking, let's have a little look here. Yeah, that's the next one, because this will form the base of the petal, this 4th double crochet. Okay, So that's what it's looking like just for now. Now this is a little bit tricky because it's knowing how to, that's the right way. It's knowing how to get the spiral to go the same way around each time. And what you need to do is to turn your work to get it going the same way. So just turn your work and then do a double crochet over the cord like so. Okay, so if you need to replay that, this is what it should look like. So we're going to be working down now over the cord another 25 trebles, just like we did for the first petal. 1, 2, 3. So I'll meet you when you've done your 25 trebles. So that's the 25 trebles completed. And now instead of just doing 2 double crochets, you're still doing 2, but you do first of all one of your double crochets and then find the third from the tip. 1, 2, 3. The third picot. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I keep going off camera. That's when I look at my work and not at the camera. Okay, now you pop your hook in your picot over the yarn over, pull through and make a little slip stitch, and then again do a double crochet over the cord. Then turn your work and repeat like we did for the first petal. Into the very first treble, do a double crochet. So we need to do a total of 5 double crochets, 1 in each of the next 5 trebles on the little petal. That's 4 and 5. And then you complete your picot as before. So 5 chain picot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do that little twist, and then, as I say, you don't need to do that twist, you can just go straight in. It's just, I picked up that from a video I watched of an elderly Irish lady. It was on a series called Irish Hands, if you ever feel like watching that series. And she was doing some Irish crochet, one particular lady, and I thought, why is she twisting when she's done her last chain? And I realised it gives a really neat knot. So that's where I learned that little trick from. Or I should say bit of information, tips and tricks. There we go. So, but yes, that Irish Hands is a lovely series and it is on YouTube. I would put the link in if I knew how, but I will be working on it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a very, I think it's quite an old series. Right, so if we have a little look now, you can see how your picot has been joined there. So I'll carry on down to the base of this petal. So we need to do another picot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sometimes with picots you use a single crochet or a double crochet at the base, and this pattern it says to use a slip stitch. So now we do another 5 doubles into the next 5 trebles, or really it's 1 double into each of the next 5 trebles. Let me just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've done a total of 2 picots, and we know that each petal has got 4 picots on it. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more picot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slip stitch. And then we're on to our last set of double crochets. 1, 2, 3, looks like I might be one out, but not to worry. As I've said, it really doesn't show, and somewhere along here I might have done 1 too many or whatever. As long as it's not a massive difference, it'll be fine. So we go now into the double crochet that we made to start and do a double crochet, and then into the next 4 double crochets on the ring. Just take care, because you can see that was the last one we went into, so it's just nestled there, easy to miss. If you have trouble seeing this intricate work, you could always use a magnifying thing that you put round your neck. I got mine, I think, at Hobbycraft, or an extra pair of extra strength reading glasses. 1, 2, 3. And 4. And then you're ready to set off and do your next petal. So if we just pop it down, that's the wrong side facing you now, although it would seem like it's the right side. But yeah, you turn it over and you can see that your little petals are going the right way, and that's where you join them. Okay, so you just repeat exactly what we did here to make this petal and how we turned, and then I'll see you when you're on your 6th petal, but only when you get down to, I think it's the third picot. Yes, when you reach the third picot on your 6th petal, I'll show you how to join. What you need to do is actually join it with this tip here. Okay, so I'll catch up with you when you've done that. So this is the 6th petal now, and hopefully you've reached this part here, just there. So we're ready to make our 3rd picot on this petal here, and we're going to join it with a slip stitch to the tip of this first petal we made. So here we'll just do 1, 2 chains, and of course on this one I won't be twisting, so it's going to be the tip. I don't know where I thought I was going there. I was looking for the 3rd picot. Right, so perhaps just wherever it seems easiest to slip there, and then just bring it through. Sometimes if it's not quite easy enough to pull through, just pass your hook further down and that will open up that stitch a little bit, and then it should pull through. I think I've probably got another stitch in there. There we go. Then rotate that and then complete your picot. So we need to do another 2 chains, 1, 2, and into the base of our picot do a slip stitch, and that's how you join your 6th. I find that very difficult to say, 6th petal, right? And then you just carry on now with your double crochets into each of the next 6 stitches. There should be 5 trebles and 1 double crochet to work into. No, I'm sorry, we have another picot to make. I'm ahead of myself. So there we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 5. So this is our 4th picot we're making. Apologies. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then slip stitch, making sure you go under both loops of that chain. And now those final stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're slightly twisted, so not to worry. 4. Then into the next one. And finally into the first double crochet you made that's just there. Okay. And now we're going to do Just have a little look. That was the stitch we were working into last time. So to there. Just straighten out that cord a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. Just having a closer look to make sure I am going into the right stitch. Yes, that went into there, so it's this one. Sorry if this video is a little bit slow, but I think for something that's as intricate as this, it's helpful to just have the opportunity. You can speed it up if you like, or whatever. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4. Not to worry if there's one extra. As I said, it's just how it can go. Right, so we'll just pop a little slip stitch in there, I think. There we are. And then a slip stitch over there. And then snip the thread. And that's the little petal. The flower's done. So we'll zoom out. There we go. And have a little look. So I can cut that so I can weave that in later. And that is how your flower looks. And then the idea is to weave in your ends and to sew this central part on here, and then also your stem. You just find it will all come together nicely, and your little stem can curve round there. Your flower will lay over however you like, and then just curve it round